I mean, it's going to be, we throw in a lot of guys that haven't played in the NBA and haven't played a lot of minutes in the NBA. It's going to be, at times might be some surprising moments, and hopefully it's surprising on the good side of it. But the one thing I won't be surprised with our effort, and we're going to play hard. Our guys have been doing that for 3 or 4 weeks in training camp and our exhibition games. So this is a great opportunity for us. Not a lot of people are expecting us to do well, but I have a locker room full of guys that are expecting us to do well, and that's all I care about. I'm excited about the group, and today's going to be a great start for us, just to go out and play together and have some fun. The pressure is playing in the game to me is easy. Like I said this afternoon, it's about playing hard and playing for your team, and making and missing shots. Those are going to come. You just got to play hard and give yourself a chance.
Isaac said he found out on, I guess, Twitter that he was starting.
Yeah.
So he was nice little surprise there. But did you end up talking to him later? And what are some things that
I try not to. Especially with the younger guys, I just, you know what, I want them to feel like it's just it's what it's supposed to be. So I didn't talk to Rui. I didn't tell him he was starting. I didn't talk to Bonga, but they're smart guys that we've been going with the first team and the white team and the blue team, and they understand that they were on the team with Brad. And if you're on the team with Brad, there's a good chance you're starting.
Scott, what can you tell us about Rui, just his development so far?
I've been saying so many great things, and it's all from the heart. The guy plays hard, and he just has a good spirit, has a good way about himself. He's competitive. He just has that, he's a gentleman on the court, but real competitive spirit or off the court, a gentleman, but on the court he plays hard, and he plays with the competitive spirit that we like, and the foundation that he's going to have for our organization for a lot of years is going to be important. We have really a solid guy that's going to get better every month of this season.
Scott, what's your impression of Porzingis and Luka, that combination?
Say that again?
Porzingis and Luka.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. They're right there. They're going to compete with all the great teams in the West, but those two guys give you a chance to win every night. Very skilled, high skill players. That Luka is probably one of the best passing players if you've seen in a long time coming into this league. He makes passes that normally it takes point guards 4 or 5 years to really understand all the reads, but he's been able to do that. Some of his, diagonal passes to the deep corners are, you can't teach it. It's just incredible that those two guys, it's probably good. They're going to need some time to play along with one another, but I think those two guys give you a chance every night.
Coach, you've had some playoff battles versus Rick Carlisle throughout the years. Can you talk about, as a coach, how do you prep versus a Rick Carlisle coach team?
Yeah, he's a great coach, championship coach, great coach. He's been here for a long time for a reason, because he understands that you got to keep improving and evolve as a coach. But he knows the game. He's smart. He's makes great adjustments. He's a great coach. I room with him, my rookie year in Albany in the minor leagues. Bad roommate, but great coach. Sloppy, messy.
Is it odd for you?
And he didn't pay for any meals. And he had Celtic money at that time.
Is it odd for you coming into a game against the Mavericks and not having to prepare for Dirk Nowitzki?
Yeah, I wish I had this many years ago, because that guy, he gave every coach nightmares, every player. You knew that he's one of the few guys that no matter what you did, no matter how physical you were, no matter how much you bang him up and push him around and contest his shot, he just shot over you. He's 7 feet, and he has an amazing shot and unlimited range, but one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and what a great ambassador. I'd love to compete against him, and I thought in the playoff series, I think it was game 3 or game 4, they just gave him the 25 free throws. He didn't earn those in that game.
For Rui, are you thinking ballpark figure in terms of minutes, or are you going to ease him in, or is he going to?
No, I mean there's no easing in this league. You got to come in ready to play, and he's going to play. I mean I'm not going to throw him out there for 40 minutes. I wouldn't imagine, but he's gonna get a good feel of the NBA pretty quick. And like most players, the adrenaline's going to be, for both teams. It's going to be high. It's exciting. And when you play in your first game, or you play in an NBA game, it's fun, especially when you got a group of guys that haven't played a lot of games. But Rui is, I mean, I can't tell you exactly how many minutes, but I don't know. But I have a figure in mind because it's a long season. And I told him the other day, he's so used to practicing, 2.5, 3 hours a day, and sometimes we only practice for 55 minutes, and it's a big change. And I told him there's a lot more games in the NBA than college. He told me he played 30-something games, and I said, no, you probably only played about 12 because the other games you played against, they weren't good enough to even compete against Gonzaga. But he understands that it's a long season, and I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do my job and try to control the temptation of playing them in too many minutes.
Do you remember your first NBA game, how you felt the night before?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't sleep. I was shocked that Jimmy Lynam was not smart enough to cut me, but I loved it. I mean, I was like, can you imagine? I'm 5'11". That was my measurement back then. And making the NBA, everybody would have been sleepless nights, and I wasn't expecting. I wasn't drafted back then. They had 7 rounds. Wasn't drafted. Didn't make it my first year, but I was excited. I mean, I didn't make a shot. I don't even know if I took a shot. I think I made 3 out of the 4 free throws, though, if I can remember correctly.
After all those years, you still remember that first game?
Yeah, no, you always remember that first game. I'm telling you, don't let any player trick you to thinking that's not a big deal. You could play a lot of years in this league, and it's always exciting. When you're on the bus, no matter what position you are on the team, equipment manager, head coach, assistant coach, video guy, backup player, two-way player, doesn't matter. You're on the bus, and that's a great life that we all have, and we're all thankful for it. And it's a privilege to be in this league, and I never take it for granted because I was out of it a few years back, and it's miserable watching opening night. I had so much fun watching the games last night. I wish I could have stayed up for that last quarter of the last game, but I couldn't. Stuff getting old.